mom of 2 little kids, and recently I made a video where I stated that I feel the need and I like to pick up my house and do the dishes and clean up before my husband gets home from work, because I don't want him to come into the chaos that I live in all day. And a lot of the comments are honestly unhinged, like it's wild. But one of the comments stated that my behavior and my need to clean up is a response to some childhood trauma I experienced. And I don't consider my childhood traumatic, maybe turbulent in some ways, but I couldn't agree with this comment more, and here's why. Growing up, cleanliness, organization, presentability were things that were super, super important in my house, to the point that I would need to rewrite my notebooks for school because the teacher would see my not so pretty and not so girly handwriting or little notes and drawings and whatever else I did in my notebooks. And this wasn't because my parents wanted to traumatize me or because they were mean, but because their expectations were just really high, and they worked very hard for what they had, and they wanted us as a whole family to present in a certain way. And I think this is something a lot of girls, women deal with. And when we grow up, we feel this pressure and need to keep our house really nice and organized, because if it's not the certain way, then something is wrong with us. And I definitely think there is a double standard, because boys are not treated the same way. If a boy has dirty nails or a hole in his pants, like, it's because he's a boy. He was probably playing in the dirt or climbing trees. If a girl looks like that, either your parents don't take care of you, you're neglected, or like, what's wrong with you? What are you doing? It's expected for boys to have ugly handwriting, not for girls. If you walk into a teenage boy's room and it's super organized, what's wrong with him? Or his mom probably cleaned his room. But if a teenage girl's room is disorganized and messy, her mom didn't teach her, she's lazy, what is she doing? And I have worked very, very hard on myself, especially since having kids, on not attaching my value into other people's opinions of me. And this was something that was unspoken in my house, that how you present and how our people view you and how they value you actually tells how much you are worth. So you have to present a certain way, otherwise people will think negatively of you, and that's going to impact who you are and how you feel about yourself. Now that I am a mom of 2 little kids and the mess in my house is constant, I have learned to loosen up a lot about this, and learned that a dirty sink and dirty dishes in it, or toys around, or messy whatever, or me not being put together on a certain day doesn't decide of my worth and value as a mom, as a woman. And when you grew up with something like this, it's sometimes very difficult to distinguish if the mess bothers you because it makes you feel like you're not a good mom, not a good housekeeper, or it really bothers you and gives you anxiety about how much mess there is in a house. And if you talk to any of my friends and family, they'll tell you that my house is actually very clean and organized, and that is the funniest part. So if you feel this way a lot, please let it go. It's not worth your stress and your time to constantly clean and organize things. And even if something is messy and unorganized, and I'm not talking about like neglecting, cleaning your house for months, like, I'm talking about like dishes in the sink or laundry in a basket or like things like that. Like, there is a line between being actually neglectful and lazy, and between being a little over the top about cleaning. But I definitely encourage you to focus on self-care and self-love more, and just remember that things around the house are never done. You have to make time for yourself. You never have time for yourself. You never find it. You have to make it.